Hello, this is Steve, and you're on the Living in Southwest Virginia channel. I guess if you've noticed now, and if you haven't noticed, you might want to get your eyes checked. We are not at our regular shooting range, North Fork Sportsman's Club over in Saltville, Virginia. A little history. We've got an area kind of in the backyard that runs back into the woods, ties into National Forest a ways up here. And a couple of years ago, I built this old wooden shooting bench, set the posts down into the ground to where it would be pretty solid. And I did a little shooting here when I didn't have time to go to Saltville. That's about a 25-minute drive. Fast forward to last fall, and Hurricane Helene came through. And when she did, she laid waste to my little home shooting range, if you can call it that. Like I say, it's just a place to shoot. But anyway, figured I'd come out here today. I don't always have time to drive the 25 minutes to Saltville and set up and shoot, and then 25 minutes back after I tear down. So what I'm shooting today is my JM Marlin Ballard rifle that was built back in the late 1870s and rebarreled by A.O. Neider sometime between 1920 and 1940. On top, I've got a right-on 6x24 scope, so I don't have a vintage optic to put on this. But as you can see, I'm setting it to 20 power. And I'm going to shoot the Day at the Range hi-lux challenge target that is up at 50 yards. And that is my redneck engineered target stand up there. My plans are, after I clean this area up, because there's limbs and brush and all kinds of issues going on here, is setting a couple posts and putting up a better stand up there. But right now, that's what we're working with. So that's enough talking. We'll go ahead and get the camera set up on the tripod, and we're going to try to shoot this challenge. All right. And you'll have to excuse my cardboard boxes. We had some torrential rain last night, and this bench is soaked, and I didn't want to get my leather shooting bag all soaked and nasty, and also didn't want to get my butt too wet. So thanks to Little Caesars for providing us some boxes, even though I did have to buy the pizza to do so. And I lined this rifle up a few minutes ago. I am shooting some RWS target rifle, and it does seem to be shooting this real well. So, but it's probably been about 20-25 minutes since I shot, so the barrel's starting out cold. But that's what those 5-siders are for, is to warm it up and get us ready. So let's get lined up on target. And my first sider group will be the top left-hand dot. All right. And I do have a camera downrange. So with no further ado, let's see how we can do on this target. It is almost ideal conditions here right now. The wind has died down. I don't think it's blowing at all. Earlier, there was just a very light breeze. I'd say 1 or 2 miles an hour, just enough to feel. But I figured I better get out and shoot while I can. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. And there's 5. That one may have come out of the group. I'm not sure. All right. So now we're going to shoot for score. This rifle does seem like its target rifle ammo pretty good. I'm going to switch boxes because I only got 3 there left, and it's a lot easier to count off of a full box. All right. This is a second focal plane scope, but I do like it very well. And I guess for bench rest, that's probably as good as anything. All right. 5-siders are gone. I move to the right top target. And let's see. And let me get lined back up again. Not exactly in a natural shooting position. All right. Let's see what we can do. There's 1. And while I don't expect to do as well as some of these other guys in the competition, if I can get in that top 10, I'd really like to have that vintage Malcolm scope to put on this rifle in particular. So I've got just a redneck engineered base on it and a modern scope, and it would look better and probably do better to put the vintage scope on there. There's 2. Telling you guys, I saw this rifle over in Saltville at the gun shop about 4 years ago, and I had to have it. And I'm so glad I did. At the time, I didn't even know what I was buying. I just knew I liked it. There's 3. There's 4. 1 more to complete that group. The only thing about this, the extractor pulls it out, but it does not positively eject. So sometimes you've got to fool with it a little bit to pick it round out. No complaints. The rifle's 140 years old, 150 years old, damn near. Pardon me, darn near. All right, there's the first group. We're going to move down to the right bottom target and see what we can do. Oh, that one went to the right. I think it broke the line, but it went further than I anticipated. I may have pulled it just a little bit. There's no wind, so I can't blame it on the wind. Everybody needs one of these if you're into vintage rifles. Don't you, Chad? This video is in a big part to you. You mentioned shooting it in the live stream Friday night. I thought, well, why not? That one went all the way out. So at the best, we're going to have 2 for score. And I feel sure that was me. All right. One target left to go. We'll move over to the left-hand bottom. And let's get her done. There's one. Two. Three. Either I'm missing wildly or all three of them are basically in one hole. I just jinxed myself. Let's take our time, not get too excited. One to go. Don't mess up, Steve. All right. That's 5 on all targets. Do what Mike said. There's an empty in the chamber there. I'm going to leave it closed, try to keep it from cooling off maybe. And let's walk down range with the camera, take a look at this target. All right. Here we go. This video is already a bit longer than I planned because I was giving you all the background on this range. But as you can see, we are next to National Forest. There, when you start up the ridge, that is National Forest, and you can see the devastation and lean left here. And there's all kinds of brush and trash and stuff that blew over here and fell out of the trees. I fooled around this summer and did not get in here and clean this up because this isn't really a part of our yard. But I need to get in here and clean it up to where it's a little more attractive and a better place to shoot. So there's my 25-yard rigged up target stand. Got it close to the ground to make sure that got dirt backstop. And over here, I came all the way over to the ridge to where I know I'm shooting into dirt. I don't want to shoot up this holler. You get into National Forest up that way, I don't want to shoot somebody up there deer hunting. So here you're shooting into the dirt. All right. Let's see what we got. Man, that cider group, I wish it counted. First group, not bad, other than that one that went out to the left. Second group would have been decent if that one hadn't went outside, so that one's not going to count. Or excuse me, the second group that count or would have counted. And then this last group, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to send this in to Elijah and we'll see how he scores it up. And with that, here's another view of the effects of Hurricane Helene. We were very fortunate. We lost power for 5 days, but the generator kept us going. We still had water. We even had internet. So no complaints here. And there's a lot of people had a whole lot worse. Their house was safe. So with that, I'm going to close this out. I want to thank you guys for watching. This is Steve. You're on the Living in Southwest Virginia channel. You guys have a great day. Thanks a lot.